Hi, Scott Mathias again. Thanks for joining me. This is video number 8 and it's a two-part video. Now, I like to have keepers in my refrigerator. Things like pesto sauce, the nut sauce and tomato sauce and things like that. So in this particular video, we're going to be doing a very simple pesto and a very simple tomato sauce. But first of all, a pesto. What I've done is I've stripped lovely fresh leaves off the woody stems. If you have any woody stems still in the mix, it tends to taste a bit woody as well. So just strip those off and use a food processor for this particular exercise. I find that using a food processor gives me the sort of blend and work that I'm looking for in achieving the outcome. So a whole handful of lovely basil. Now on the recipe I've actually got half a cup of pine nuts, but I'm actually going to probably put a quarter of a cup in here. You can regulate it depending on what you want to do. The pine nuts add a beautiful flavour to the whole basil scenario. And you can use, by the way, olive oil if you want to, or use macadamia oil. Now the secret with this is to give this a pulse to start with, okay? Then turn it on and get the oil going into it at precisely the same time that it's running. So get the oil going, and away we go. Now you need quite a bit of oil, but what you're wanting is something that's actually going to break down quite substantially. And you need just a little bit of a tidy up around the edges here. Find it as you go. Now you see that's looking beautiful. Beautiful already. It actually smells as if it's got parmesan in it, which is really bizarre, I know, but it doesn't. But it smells beautiful. Okay, that's about it. You start to see the mixture liquefy in the bottom, and that's nice and coarse and beautiful. Now I'm going to add at this particular point some salt and pepper, and in all cases I use sea salt or desert salt. And again, you can use as much as you like based on the preference that you have. And although it doesn't say it in the recipe, I'm at this particular point going to add a clove of garlic for Scotty for health purposes, and then just let that go again. Now you see how it's running very smoothly. That's the sort of consistency that you want. It's not a liquid, but it's quite smooth. And just let that go for a good few moments. And that's probably it. Definitely. And then we just take that out. Now this will last a while. It lasts beautifully. I don't like wasting this because it's such a beautiful food, and so simple, so straightforward. Now, if you want a little bit more salt, what I suggest you do is just add it in at this point. And if there's any bits that haven't been caught in the blender, add it in. It just makes it beautifully organic. And I think that's probably the key. The key to this whole thing is it's nice and organic. Now, I haven't even tasted that. That was really delicious. Now, you don't need to put anything else in there, to be honest with you. Could do with a little bit more salt for me. You can add a little lime juice if you like, because the lime juice actually adds as a preservative. It acts as a preservative, not too much. And then just stir that in basically, so that essentially what you've got is well preserved. Now that took all of a couple of minutes really. I'll just give you a closer look at that. And that's basically it. It's as simple as that. So just to recap, a good handful of basil, quarter to half a cup of pine nuts. Let the oil go into the machine as you're actually running it. This is the food processor, until you get a nice liquid consistency. Okay, so now let's have a look at the tomato sauce, okay? Right, now on to part 2 of this video number 8, and I'm going to make for you a beautiful tomato sauce. We'll recap on the original sauce that I made a few moments ago in just a second, but the tomato sauce is something that's just quite fascinating because all the ingredients that I use, that you can see on the PDF underneath this video, were all the same ingredients I used to actually make a cooked sauce, except I reduced it and reduced it and reduced it, and essentially just cooked all the nutrients out of it. So this is really straightforward. Start off with the tomato, of course, which is quite crucial because you're making a tomato sauce. And I'm going to use the bullet. The bullet basically enables me to make a small portion of tomato sauce. It's enough for 4 people, basically, this sweet sauce. I've got a handful of little cherry tomatoes over, which I'll put in there as well. I don't need all of those. I'll put those back there. What else we got? Half a bell pepper. I'll just chop that up because it just makes it easier for the bullet to actually deal with that. We're just going to put all that in there. Believe it or not, we're going to get everything in. It'll all work. Half a red onion, and again, red onions are something that I find more preference for in raw cooking because they're actually a lot sweeter. The other one's just a little bit harsh. After the red onion, 1 clove of garlic. Bingo. And 3 or 4 halves of sun-dried tomatoes. Now, the sun-dried tomatoes essentially give it the lovely red texture that you would normally get if you were actually going to cook this down. And the sun-dried tomatoes, of course, are full of lycopene as well. We'll just take the oil off that, which is fab. And we're going to put in about half a teaspoon of mixed herbs. Now, I like mixed herbs because there's everything in it this time. There's oregano. Don't OD on this because remember, this is nice and raw. I'm going to put in a squeeze of lime juice, and I've got a bit of lime left over here which I'll use up. Squeeze of lime juice. The lime juice makes it nice and sweet. So that's really, really neat. Okay. A dash of paprika, which is, again, just gives it a sweet bitterness, which is really neat. And what else? A little grind of salt and pepper. And again, the salt I don't hold back on. There's so many myths around it, it's ridiculous, but I only use sea salt or my desert salt from Western Australia. Some lovely ground peppercorns. Now these are actually Australian peppercorns. These are grown in far north Queensland, Australia. Australian pepper, and they're really unique, quite different altogether. And a dash of oil. We'll just put a dash of oil in that as well, just to give it that lovely oiliness. Now just attach the bottom to that. Now you see everything is in there. All the components to this little sauce is in there. It's as easy as this. Easy as 1, 2, almost 3. Here we go. So we give this a good shake up. You can see it's breaking down beautifully. That's it. Now, I had a bowl out ready for this, but of course the bowl's not here, but we'll do something with it shortly. Now let me just taste this. Just beautiful. Just like the cooked one, except better. I'll put it in here so you can see it. And yes, it does go a creamy colour, but once you actually stir that in with your zucchini spaghetti, or put it over salads, you'll find that actually the tomato starts to emerge even a little bit more. I'll just put a bit more lime juice on here because remember the lime juice acts as a preservative. It preserves it beautifully. Now, as an addition to what I've just put in that, you can put some olives in if you wish. You can put some olives in, but the olives are really beautiful when they're actually chopped up and put on top of the zucchini spaghetti. So there you go. That is the basil pesto, and the details and the recipe is on the PDF, and that is the tomato sauce. Play around with your heart's content, and in the next 2 or 3 videos we're going to be putting those 2 sauces to very good use. So until then, stay raw.